What it do, y'all? PaisliePanda here, and today we're going to check out Phasmophobia Dev Preview number 10. This will be covering the Progression 2.0 development. Without further ado, EMFs everywhere, and look at upgrades. Welcome back. We've got some news for you. Did you make a note? Any information and images are work in progress. You'll see that abbreviated as WIP and may change drastically before releasing. We have equipment upgrades. We've had a lot of questions about how equipment upgrades will actually work in-game. So this week, we're showing you some WIP images on the UI and how you'll be upgrading your ghost hunting items. As everyone will be reset back to level 1, Prestige 1, you'll have to start fresh with little money and only tier 1 starter items to complete your contracts. As you complete contracts, you'll level up, earn more money than ever, and start to unlock new equipment items in the shop. As you progress, certain levels will unlock the ability to purchase different equipment upgrades. To equip an item, you'll need to save up on some cash, as upgrades aren't cheap. But fear not, each tier of equipment costs the same amount to bring into the contract. Once an upgrade is paid for, it's permanently unlocked, unless you prestige, of course. For example, EMF readers always cost $45, regardless of tier. Upon reaching level 20, you'll have the option to upgrade from tier 1 to tier 2. Save up some money and upgrade. When adding your equipment, choose which tier you want to bring. I see there's an asterisk here. Just want to make note of that. Let's look at this. This here is going to give us an idea of what we can expect in regards to the UI, the user interface of the store. In particular, the tiers you see here. We have tier 1, that's tier 2, and that looks to be a bit of a different symbol. I believe that must be our way to be able to indicate which tier that is. I wonder where that will be shown and how we would know outside of obviously just what we're bringing in. We have tier 1 for D.O.T.S projector. It's a handheld laser pen emitting a small cone of infrared light. And here, press use to turn it on, then scan it around paranormal activity you find to try to reveal evidence of ghosts forms appearing. I do like how they have categorized everything here. Knowing an item is electronic will be very important because there are ghosts out there where we want to keep in mind our electric items, such as maybe a Raiju. We don't want that speedy boy catching up to us. That will not be a good ending. I digress. It lets us know how the item will be utilized. Tier 1 for the D.O.T.S projector is handheld. That's going to be very limiting, having an item that is handheld, for the simple fact that, well, you have to hold on to that item. I suppose you, in theory, could turn it on and throw it on the ground, but I'm just not so certain how beneficial or how helpful a D.O.T.S projector would work in that manner, or if it would even be allowed. I'm not so certain, because it may just fall flat, quite literally, and just not work. We have spotlight, it says narrow here. Tier 2, you see we have some upgrades. Now, these are both medium range. I'm assuming the M is medium. It does have 2.5. However, you have to keep in mind that this is a placeable item and an area light. This placeable light projector emits a sphere of light, helping to find dots evidence much easier. Place this down anywhere you think the ghost may travel often, then monitor it to see if anything passes through the infrared light. Granted, we have the 3rd tier grayed out. We can still see a bit of it. We have a level 58 here for this requirement, so we realize that we gotta play for a little bit to be able to prestige appropriately. I'm very interested to see how prestiging will be done in this game. Instead of being an area light, the 3rd tier here seems to be a spotlight sharing that is wide. It looks like the range says 7. It does also have scanning on here, electric, and placeable. In addition, for it being a placeable object, this D.O.T.S projector is scanning. I wonder if this would allow a user to be able to bring it in, and if it were to recognize that it's obtained dots. I'm not certain if maybe the scan can help realize that and maybe give us the evidence, because that would be very cool. Just some food for thought. How are y'all feeling about these tiers, in particular the D.O.T.S projector? I think it's very nice. I'm interested to see how much these are going to cost, especially if they're already warning us about the expensiveness of these items. And they also mentioned that we're going to be broke when we first start, so I'm looking forward to seeing what our payout will be and in which ways we can reap these rewards. Upgrades are a choice. If you die often and don't manage your money, you may not end each prestige with every item at Tier 3. Having to save a lump sum of cash for an upgrade will change how you spend your money and should encourage completing as many objectives as possible. You can decide which upgrades you feel are most important to you. If you're happy with your Tier 1 D.O.T.S projector, save that money for the EMF Reader upgrade. As we're on the topic of EMF readers and upgrades, let's dive into some detail. Tier 1 is an angle meter. It has a small range and not very accurate, and the sounds it makes are reasonably quiet. Luckily enough, the needle will go into overdrive when hitting those valuable EMF spots by a ghost. That could be OP. Granted, if you're able to go find that location and you are now going to be guaranteed a spike, and you know when it goes all the way like this, that's EMF, I mean, I'd be happy to save some money. Tier 2 is the trusted old reliable K2 meter. When moving within a medium range of EMF spots, it will display an accurate value from 2 to 5 and make a clear, audible sound. Although I must say I'd be a bit worried if this were to go all the way up and not actually give us a 5 if it were to be inaccurate. Well, I must say the equipment does seem endearing. I appreciate its cosmetics here. Now on to Tier 3. Tier 3 is a high-tech parareader. This device can track up to 3 EMF spots at once. Not only that, it'll tell you the direction, range, and value of each one all at once. Additionally, it plays sounds for each EMF spot that's being tracked, so you can hear from a distance how many and how strong the reading is. This makes tracking which objectives a ghost has been in contact with super easy. It even has a higher range than the previous 2 tiers. That part though, obviously being able to have the OP equipment would be very nice. Again, you don't want to die, but upgrading the equipment and taking on more difficult challenges, depending on maybe equipment only, this would be kind of neat and adds a lot of variety to the gameplay. Each player can only bring 1 tier of equipment, but multiple players can bring different tiers if they bring their own stuff. That's it for Development Preview 10. We'll catch you with some more teasers soon. If you're experiencing any issues or want to give feedback, please join the official Phasmophobia Discord, linked discord.gg/Phasmophobia. Thanks, the Kinetic team. Wow. I'd also like to make a quick note that there was a hotfix on May 16th. The Slow and Steady weekly challenge will now have the correct hunt settings. We love that. Thank you very much for checking out my video today. I hope that it was helpful in better understanding and conceptualizing the newest update from the devs. Progression 2.0 development looks awesome. I am most excited for the upgraded UI, in particular, the shop. What are you most excited for and looking forward to? How are y'all feeling about level 1, Prestige 1 soon to come? I would love to hear your thoughts and insight around the update. If you made it all the way to the end, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to also hit the like button as it's free and helps support the channel. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to check out my video. Much love, many blessings. I'll catch you in the next one.